Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for your Leicester versus Chelsea match preview. This is like the fourth time I've tried to record this video. I'm a little bit hungover today, I'm not going to lie. Friday night was a good one. We've been feeling good, haven't we, as Chelsea fans this week. 2 wins in a row, 2 clean sheets. Players that haven't been performing have started to perform. So, is momentum currently with Chelsea? You can absolutely argue that it is. I think with a lot of players now back from injury, there's no Reece James today, no Aubameyang and no N'Golo Kante in the squad. Reece James was ill. It wasn't an injury from the game the other day. He's just been ill and he's not going to be in the squad. Kante, still too soon. Chelsea will not be rushing N'Golo Kante back. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, we are less than 2,000 subscribers away from the mighty 250,000 here on the channel, which would be absolutely redonkulous to hit. So make sure you've hit the like button. If you want to check out the Patreon, link is in the description. What can we expect from this Leicester City team? Leicester this season, I've watched them a few times. I watched them in the game recently against Arsenal where Martinelli scored the winner. Arsenal weren't great in that game, but Leicester looked very, very strong. They looked solid defensively, and they're always a danger when they're going forward. If Jamie Vardy is fit, we always know that Jamie Vardy can score against us, and James Maddison is their danger man. He's got a fantastic record this season. And I think that this is actually a really good game for Chelsea to be going into off of the back of 2 wins, because I think it's going to be open. I think, weirdly, as much as it's very difficult to ever predict Chelsea to score multiple goals, I think there's goals in this game. And the way that we've been defending, specifically on Tuesday night in the game against Borussia Dortmund, front foot defending, progressive, getting the ball, winning it early, and the transitional play in that game on Tuesday night was absolutely fantastic. And it's been a big problem for Chelsea this season. The speed of the build-up, it's been very pedestrian, very slow, very mundane. And I think what we saw in that game against Dortmund and moments in that win against Leeds was progression in this area. Graham Potter now seems to be getting the players to understand the style that he's trying to implement. And I think tactically, we have seen elements of the last 2 performances that have definitely been things that have been built up and worked on in training. So, without any further ado, I don't want this to be too long of a video because obviously it is match day. There will be a live stream for the game tonight, so make sure you've got notifications turned on for that one. And 6 things we learned, of course, straight after the game. We begin with the goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. I called him Kepa Azpilicueta in my video the other day. It was on the player ratings card. No idea why. I didn't realise that. And then I saw you guys in the comments saying, Kepa Azpilicueta, that is a good one. It's a new one. But Kepa starts in goal. Edouard Mendy is still not ready to come back. But I think Kepa has made the goalkeeping position his own. I think it's an interesting one this summer, with Chelsea being linked to keepers like Raya from Brentford. Will that be to be Kepa's understudy? Will Edouard Mendy be on the move this summer? Kepa's made that number 1 position his own. And at the moment, when we look across Europe, save percentage-wise, in the Champions League, upper echelons from Kepa, same in the Premier League too. And I think at the moment, clean sheets aren't just from the defending, but the confidence that Kepa has probably got from being the vice-captain with Thiago Silva being out, I think it is really good for him. And I'm happy that it may have taken him a long time, but finally, we're starting to see why Chelsea spent all of that money on him as a goalkeeper. We move into a centre-back 3. This is a tough one to choose today because what we saw in that game against Dortmund was exemplary defending from Fofana, Koulibaly and Cucurella. 3 players there that we've not really seen much of this season. Wesley Fofana's been injured. Koulibaly has been a shadow of the player that we saw, that we thought we bought from Napoli. Cucurella, the same. But in that match on Tuesday, it's very difficult for me to change the lineup. But Badiashile has been so good. And because he plays on the left side of the back, I think Cucurella is the one to miss out. And again, I want to stress here, it's not anything against Cucurella. That was the best Marc Cucurella performance in that game against Dortmund on Tuesday night. But someone's got to miss out here, and I think with the experience of Koulibaly too, I think we go with that. And I think Fofana, Koulibaly and Badiashile will be the back 3. But again, no disrespect to Cucurella, we could see him play as a wing back. but I've gone with Ruben and Ben Chilwell. Benjamin bloody Chilwell was fantastic on Tuesday night. He got my man of the match. Cucurella got the official UEFA man of the match. But Ruben comes in at right wing back. I think we've got to be realistic with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think we have seen that he's probably hit his ceiling as to what he can bring to the Chelsea team, but we are lucky that we have got him as a utility player who can fill in when players like Reece James are ill. Azpilicueta, we could see him play this game today. I think he scored against Leicester as well before, so maybe that is a good omen, but I've gone with Ruben. If Azpilicueta is still not fully recovered, then Ruben Loftus-Cheek will play, and I think with Ruben, he can still get forward. He's a little bit too safe these days of what he does, but sometimes you need players like that in the squad. The midfield too, I have stuck with Enzo and Mateo Kovacic. I thought both of them were very good against Dortmund. I don't think it was man of the match worthy from either of them, but Kovacic was everywhere. Enzo playing lots of progressive passes forward. You can see just how important and key Enzo Fernandez is slowly becoming in this Chelsea team. I wouldn't even say slow. I think he's very quickly becoming someone who is undroppable, untouchable in the Chelsea lineup. No N'Golo Kante still. He's not in the squad. I don't know how many weeks it will be until we see him, but I miss N'Golo Kante, and I do want to see Enzo Kante as a midfield too, but we still got to wait for it. Moving in to my front three, I've gone with Raheem Sterling, who I think is building a bit of momentum and form, Kai Havertz through the middle, and I have put João Felix on the bench for this game, and I've given Mykhailo Mudryk a start. I think Mudryk is just one of those ticking time bombs. I've said it recently, Chelsea have been a ticking time bomb. When you spend that much money, you bring in so much talent, it was only a matter of time before we started winning. We couldn't keep losing games forever. And with Mudryk, he seems to have just been phased out of the team very quickly, but at the same time, we've got to remember, it's nothing against Graham Potter, but at the same time, Mudryk basically was coming in, and like Potter said in his press conference yesterday, in the early stages, it's like a pre-season for him because he's not been playing any football in the Ukrainian league before we signed him. So we've had to ease him in, and I think, like we've seen with Marc Cucurella, taking him out of the heat for a while and then easing him in is how we got the best out of him. And I think with Mudryk, against the Leicester team who have struggled at times defensively this season, I think this is the game to bring Mudryk in. João Felix has been good, but once more, I think I could see a lot more from him, and I think maybe coming off the bench we could get more from him. It is a tough match, this one, but I do think Chelsea get the result. We need to keep winning and keep building the momentum. Let me know your thoughts on this Chelsea starting 11 in the comments down below. And my score prediction for this game, I think we will score goals. I think there is goals to be had. I think Leicester might get one as well. I think Chelsea win today by 3-1. I'm buzzing for this game. I really want to see us build on the last two performances, especially that Dortmund game. The buzz is back around Chelsea. The players have got to be feeling confident. And I think when we've got this much quality, and if you look at the bench here, there are so many players that Chelsea can call up if the game isn't going well. I want to see us manage this game. Graham Potter manage this game in the match. It could be a very tricky afternoon. Leicester, you don't know what you're going to get, but I think Chelsea will do it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video by hitting the like button, subscribe if you are new, and let me know your Chelsea starting 11 and score predictions in the comments down below. See you guys for the stream. Come on, you Blues.